In the quiet town of Warrington, England, a 17-year-old young woman named Shafilea Iftikhar Ahmed fought to break free from the suffocating chains of cultural oppression. Her story is a haunting tale of courage, tragedy, and the quest for justice. On September 11, 2003, Shafilea disappeared without a trace. The mysterious circumstances surrounding her vanishing ignited an investigation that would expose dark secrets lurking within her own family. The search for Shafilea uncovered a shocking truth. It revealed a family plagued by tradition, honor, and a suffocating desire for control. The road to justice would be long and arduous, as the truth slowly emerged from the shadows. This is the story of Shafilea Iftikhar Ahmed, a young woman whose struggle for freedom ultimately cost her life. Shafilea Iftikhar Ahmed was born on the 14th of July 1986, in Bradford, West Yorkshire. She was the daughter of Pakistani immigrant parents and was the firstborn of 5 children in her father's second marriage. Her parents, Farzana and Iftikhar, were married cousins from Pakistan that migrated to Bradford, Yorkshire, England. Like so many girls her age, Shafilea had ambitions to break away from her parents, go to university and forge a successful career, but unlike most teenagers in the UK, Shafilea was torn between cultures. Her parents, who were of the Sunni branch of Islam and Punjabi speakers, originated from the village of Uttam in the Gujarat district. They were Sunni Muslims and their first language was Punjabi. The family lived in the Great Sankey area of Warrington, Cheshire. Shafilea attended Great Sankey High School. She was an A-level student and wanted to become a lawyer. Shafilea came first to police attention when she ran away from home with her younger sister in 1998 and were reported by her parents. They soon returned home and it became the first of many times when she attempted to escape. A teacher at her school discovered in October 2002 that Shafilea was being kept at home against her wish and stopped from attending classes after speaking to her father. She was then permitted to return to classes, but a month later she ran away from home again and her parents reported her missing again. After being found with her bags in a park, she had a meeting at school with her parents and returned home. Shafilea ran away from home again in February 2003 and was taken in by social services, enrolling her as homeless as she cited fears she would be forced into marriage in Pakistan. 8 days after returning home, when her father attended a meeting at her school, Shafilea was drugged and taken to Pakistan with her father and 2 siblings. Shafilea's father returned to the UK with the 2 siblings without her a month later, with her father cashing in her return ticket for £250. It was in Pakistan that Shafilea attempted suicide by drinking bleach. Reports claimed it was a desperate attempt to run away from a forced marriage after she was introduced to a suitor while abroad. But her parents denied any attempts to marry her off and instead argued that she had drunk the bleach accidentally during a power cut, thinking it was mouthwash. On the 27th of May 2003, Shafilea returned to the UK and was hospitalized after her father dialed 999. For the next 3 months, she remained there as an inpatient, and when she was later discharged, she was banned by her parents from going back to her former school. Instead, she was transferred to Priestley College, with an inspiration to become a lawyer. During this time, the disagreements and quarrels between Shafilea and her parents started to ease, with Shafilea giving her parents' demands. On the 11th of September, 2003, Shafilea went missing and no one in her family reported that she was missing. Shafilea's former teacher, Joanna Code, reported her missing a week later after she overheard her siblings and school friends raise concerns over her welfare. A major campaign encouraged everyone with any information to come forward, with actress Shabna Gulati, who was fronting the media campaign and reading some of Shafilea's poems out on TV. A nationwide search was begun, but when Shafilea failed to seek treatment for her injured throat, detectives believed she had been murdered in a so-called honor killing because of her rejection of her Pakistani suitor. Listening gadgets were placed in the family's home in November 2003, when Shafilea was still believed to be missing and her mother was heard warning the other children not to disclose anything at school. In December 2003, Shafelea's parents and 5 other members of the extended family were arrested for allegedly corrupting the course of justice, but were all released without charge. Many more police appeals fell through to locate Shafilea, and her family remained silent, declining to speak up for their daughter and remaining adamant that she was a troublesome teenager who had once again escaped from home. In February 2004, Shafelea's dismembered remains were found after heavy flooding in the River Kent near Sedgwick, Cumbria, 70 miles or 110 kilometers away from Warrington. Police said the body was decomposed and intentionally hidden, and the cause of death could not be determined by the pathologist at post-mortem. With the body was a gold zigzag bracelet and a blue topaz ring. Both items are recognized as belonging to Shafilea by her parents. Police were adamant that the body had been there since the day she went missing or not long after, and she was formally recognized by her dental records. On the 23rd of February, a murder investigation was started. The police were interested in Shafelea's poems, which expressed her suffering, explaining a desperate life and a family that neglected her. Sarah Bennett, a school friend of Shafilea, remembered an occasion when Shafelea's mother called Shafilea a slut for dyeing her hair and wearing false nails. With mistrust remaining over them, Shafelea's parents went on TV to protest their innocence on many events, blaming the police for racism and targeting them because of their religion. After 3 years, the Cheshire police force failed to pinpoint a suspect, even with the mistrust around Shafelea's parents. With no proof, they were unable to arrest the couple. In 2008, an inquiry into Shafelea's death was reported as a vile murder, and the ruling was an unlawful killing. While Shafelea's parents left the previous inquiry with no remarks, they tried in vain to overturn the unlawful killing verdict to an open verdict, with Shafelea's father maintaining the pathologist was unfair. In 2010, a dramatic turn of events occurred in her family 7 years after Shafelea's disappearance. Alicia Ahmed, Shafelea's younger sister, staged a robbery on the family home on August 25, 2010. She was arrested, and during police interviews, she revealed that she had watched her parents murder her sister. It became the evidence the police wanted, and Alicia became a key witness to the prosecution case. In a highly comprehensive account, she revealed what transpired that fateful night Shafilea died. The final attack was brought on by a quarrel over Shafelea's westernized clothes, when she was dressed in a t-shirt, hooded cardigan, and tight jeans. Her mother had picked up Shafilea from her part-time job, and the two had quarreled, persisting when they arrived back home. As with all previous rows, it led to the assault, but this time, Shafelea's father killed her. The alarming part of the evidence was as stated by Alicia. All of the other children were present and had witnessed the murder, the youngest being only 7 at the time. Alicia disclosed that she witnessed it as her sister's eyes were wide in shock, kicking her legs as she fought to breathe. Her mother pinned her down, and her father stuffed a plastic bag into her mouth. The mother then reportedly urged the father on with the words, "Just finish it," as he choked the girl to death. In fear, Alicia ran to her bedroom, where a moment later, she witnessed her father carry Shafelea's body covered with bin bags to his car before driving off. The children were cautioned never to speak of what had transpired, and that if anyone asked, they should say Shafilea ran away. Alicia told friends about the killing but retracted her words, and in sign of her divided loyalties, she defended her parents in the police interviews shortly after the murder. She dismissed that her parents had hurt Shafilea and that she had run away. Shafelea's father, 51, and her mother, 48, of Liverpool Road, Warrington, were arrested on the 7th of September 2011 and charged with the murder of their daughter. Their trial began in May 2012 and were found guilty on the 3rd of August 2012 for murder and were sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 25 years. Shafilea Ahmed was buried at Fox Covert Cemetery in Cheshire, with 150 mourners attending the ceremony on August 13, 2004. Shafelea's sister, who ensured the sentence of her parents due to her witness statement, was put into a witness protection scheme and spared from jail over the robbery at her family home. Since 2015, the Nation Day of Memory for Victims of Honor Killings has been held, organized by Leeds-based charity Karma Nirvana. Shafilea Ahmed will be remembered for being a determined, able, and ambitious girl who wanted to live an independent life. She was an extremely intelligent young girl who would have accomplished her ambition of becoming a lawyer. She was a vibrant member of school and had many friends and a great future ahead. Shafilea was a caring, high-spirited, and brave young girl, who even in her toughest times, always strived to remain positive. She was an amazing young lady who, no matter what her situation was, would always strive to look out for others. Shafelea's story has inspired countless individuals to stand up against injustice, to challenge harmful traditions, and to advocate for the rights and freedom of young women everywhere. The impact of her life and her tragic death has transcended borders and united communities in the fight for equality and justice. The investigation into Shafelea's murder led to a trial, bringing some measure of justice to her memory. It exposed the darkest corners of a family plagued by patriarchal control and cultural conflicts. It was a watershed moment that shed light on the urgent need for support and protection for those at risk. As we remember Shafilea, we honor her memory by continuing to challenge the systems and beliefs that perpetuate violence and oppression. Her story serves as a reminder that no person should suffer in silence and that everyone deserves the right to live a life of dignity and freedom. In the end, Shafilea Iftikhar Ahmed's legacy will be one of resilience and hope. May her memory inspire us all to strive for a world where cultural barriers are broken, where equality is embraced, and where no one lives in fear for being true to themselves.